There are problems, complicated problems, complex problems, and wicked problems. The world of education seems to be a hub for wicked problems. Learning gaps, gender disparity, and social inequities, to name a few. But what looms over all is the fact that we are on a trajectory that is unparalleled, and we don't know where it's going. The future has always been unknown, but we are facing a future that is developing within generations. Brian said, "We don't just need to know that a train is heading for us, we need to know what it looks like." Although we can't see the future, we do have a story that persists across generations, cultures, and places. This story is about facing the dark challenges in front of us, looking for what's ahead, looking into the tunnel and standing on the tracks. This story is our why.
To be successful in their futures, students need a combination of academic skills, personal qualities, and practical knowledge. The following are some key factors that contribute to student success and are characteristics of highly effective schools. First, there should be a climate of high expectations, where individuals are encouraged and expected to strive for excellence, push their limits, and achieve their full potential. There should also be effective school leadership, where leaders guide and inspire a school community achieving educational excellence. There should be a culture of teamwork and collaboration, where individuals are given opportunities to work together and engage in meaningful discussions. There should be effective communication, where leaders listen actively to stakeholders and promote open and transparent communication. There should be positive home school relations, where school leaders are actively engaging with parents, families, and the broader community. There should be an environment conducive to learning that promotes respect, trust, and collaboration. There should be clear and shared focus, where school leaders are engaging in strategic planning, setting long and short term goals. Their staff should be aware of these goals and the focus of the school. And finally, effective schools should monitor learning and prioritize the needs and well being of students. To best support our students in 2023, there are some key strategies and approaches that educational leaders can take. The first is to embrace technology. We can leverage technology to enhance learning experiences for our students. We can utilize online platforms and educational apps and digital resources to facilitate remote learning. We can use personalized instruction and interactive learning activities while making sure that students have access to necessary devices and reliable internet connectivity. We need to address learning gaps by identifying and addressing some of the missed learning due to disruptions in education from the COVID-19 pandemic. We can provide additional support and resources for students who require extra assistance. We need to promote diversity and inclusion. We can create an inclusive and diverse learning environment where all students feel valued and respected by celebrating different cultures, perspectives, and backgrounds. We can offer resources and support for students from marginalized groups, ensuring equal opportunities for success. We can develop life skills by equipping our students with the essential skills that go beyond academic knowledge. This might include offering workshops or courses on financial literacy, communication skills, time management, and problem solving. Preparing our students for real world challenges and future career opportunities is important as we send them off. We need to promote mental health and physical health, making sure that students are educated on the importance of exercise, nutrition, and self care practices. And we need to offer career guidance and college readiness by helping students explore various career paths and make informed decisions about their future. We can provide resources for college applications, scholarships, and vocational training. In a quote by Belfield and Levin, 2007, a person's educational attainment is one of the most important determinants of his or her life chances in terms of employment, income, health status, and many other amenities. Post secondary aspirations encompass a discovery of self opportunities, economic advancement, increased social capital, and most importantly, educational growth. Post-secondary transition rate is defined as the percentage of students in the grade 10 cohort who have entered a post-secondary level program at an Alberta post-secondary institute or registered in an Alberta apprenticeship program within 5 years of entering grade 10. School leaders must acknowledge that lifelong learning does not end, and with further learning, change also needs to occur. To grow and develop our high schools, we must constantly reform and fine-tune them. Educational leaders are tasked with developing the leadership capacity of their school members by using shared leadership and team building throughout the school community. In post secondary education and career readiness training, this can include the school leaders and academic counselors working closely together to support students and their teachers in developing educational plans for our students to best meet their needs. As per Manitoba Education in 2017, Career Connections is defined as a curriculum that should be designed to connect school learning with workplace and labor market realities. School leaders and counselors need to play a role in providing a smooth transition between high school graduation and post secondary educational programming. The ultimate educational goal has been to adequately prepare students for life beyond the walls of their high school. Careers courses presented to students in their secondary years of schooling should help students acquire and apply knowledge and skills to make appropriate decisions for life, work, and the essential post secondary education or training that will prepare them for a future with an ever changing economy. Experiential learning components such as internships or work experience will provide students with opportunities to explore potential occupations and to demonstrate their employability skills, essential skills, and specific occupational skills. With career information and experiential learning, students will acquire a sense of direction and responsibility while developing self confidence and self knowledge. All of this is very important to learning in 2023.
The problem with the pursuit of post secondary education and career transitioning is that we are uncertain what future occupations and education will look like. In a study examining the effects of technological development on the job market, McLaughlin et al. 2019 found new technologies, techniques, materials, processes, and regulations can influence what types of jobs are available and what skills are needed in the workforce. Page 2. As we develop technologies, they in turn affect the types of jobs that are available. Active and productive creators might be creating themselves out of work. Further to this, What are the specific jobs that we are transitioning our youth into? Or better yet, is university a viable option for future generations at all? Hannon and McKay, 2021, surmise that we are in dire need of not just identifying but dealing with personal, collective, and planetary needs in conjunction with inflating consumerism and no sum games within our current means of measuring. There's a call for our species to overhaul what we have worked so long to develop. But is this not what we have done for thousands of years? The frightening part is the speed in which this change needs to be addressed, however. What can be gathered as consolation is that also part of the story that we understand. In the middle of the hero's journey, they are left to face challenges never dreamed of. As they strive toward the treasure, there comes a point of no return. This seems to be our language now. Can we undo artificial intelligence? Since there is no turning back, forward is the only option. Sometimes the hero dies in their quest, tragically, but with hope. After death, there is the hope of life again. Like dead wood in a forest is the harbinger of fire, old habits and ways of knowing need to die to make fruitful ground for the new. And with new opportunities, we grow our fortitude, stronger muscles from exercising, and stronger dendrites from experiences.
Just as physical health is important for our students, everyone has mental health. Good mental health is not just the absence of mental health problems. The Public Health Agency of Canada describes positive mental health as the capacity of each and all of us to feel, think, and act in ways that enhance our ability to enjoy life and deal with the challenges we face. It is a positive sense of emotional, spiritual well being that respects the importance of culture, equity, social justice, interconnections, and personal dignity. People who are mentally healthy have a sense of contentment, can deal with stress and adversity, can build and maintain relationships, are flexible, and can adapt to change. They can balance work, play, rest, and activity, and have high self confidence and high self esteem. The Government of Alberta is supporting close to 80 mental health pilot projects. These projects encourage student well being through new and innovative approaches to provide supports and services like counseling, social and emotional learning, student assessments, family and parent orientated supports, and training for school staff. Chinook's Edge School Division has partnered with McMahon Central Region and they have joined forces to expand mental health and learning supports in schools. 5 mental health consultants, mostly psychiatric nurses and social workers, have recently been hired to provide support to our students, and we have hired an additional 3 family enrichment workers. These people go into the homes and help our families with different supports. The sharing of these staff members is unique and involves trauma informed practices. Chinook's Edge School Division is also running all grade 10 students through SO15, or Social Emotional Wellness. The understanding and promoting of positive mental health in schools is a shared responsibility between students, parents, educators, and community partners.
Community coalitions are powerful ways to make change happen, but are they representative of some of our diverse needs in our classrooms? How do localized groups understand new to Canada families better than anyone else, especially in a rural context? The last part of our collective story is the return. After facing the penultimate challenge of accepting the new, they are left with integrating this into their known world. Instead of watching the train, a hero would become a fellow passenger. Fayez 2012 claimed that the growing diversity in North American classrooms has driven teachers to adopt alternative pedagogy and routines in service of the students. Teachers need to be responsive to the needs of students, modeling an important skill for them. In fact, Fayez continued with a negative correlation between student learning and the lack of tailored instruction for particular students addressing their diversity. This drives an educator to not only embark on empathetic practices, but engage their spirit of inquiry. The challenge here is to not fall prey to what they already know to be true. As we are creatures of habit, reaching into our bag of tricks for engaging students might not work for all learners, especially those from different backgrounds. This is the challenge of returning to the known world. The hero must adopt what they have learned to their comfortable context, which will most likely make the known less comfortable. What this means in our story is that our hero has faced the challenge and learned that they do not have the answers. And it is this fact that needs to be taken back to the world they live in and then be made reality. So, how do we address the idea as educators that we don't exactly know what or even how to teach our students? For us, the answer lies in competencies. McLaughlin et al. 2019 observed that, above all, knowledge, communication, collaboration, and motivation and curiosity were skills sought after by medical employers. Luckily, 3 of these skills are tied to curricular objectives, while motivation and curiosity are more likely to be found in the front matter. The fear for some teachers is the concept of assessment, however. How can we truly measure metrics such as collaboration and, worse yet, motivation or curiosity? One method is giving over the control of assessing to the students. In a study conducted by Barton et al. 2019, a student reported that they valued processes that allowed more freedom and did not hold a stigma of judgment. Encouragement can be found in the fact that these skills are also embedded in the practice of teaching, especially as a teacher who recognizes the power in stepping into areas where they lack understanding and willfully pursue change. Leaders can be supportive of this also. LQS3, Embodying Visionary Leadership, Indicator E, was written that achievement is demonstrated when leaders are promoting innovation, enabling positive change, and fostering commitment to continuous improvement. Yet further evidence shows industry is looking for more internally motivated staff, such as in Gouliart et al. Study in 2022. The analysis reveals that educators must go beyond the transfer of knowledge and technical qualification, promoting a comprehensive education that incorporates personal development goals with a focus on developing social and emotional skills.
When we speak about change and what educators need right now, we need to think about what students need right now. The world is full of buzzwords, especially as we all recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. Accelerated learning and learning loss are 2 common terms coined right now. According to advocates of accelerated learning, instead of trying to start from the beginning to help students make up from what they allegedly lost out on during the pandemic learning, teachers need to figure out what their students do not know. However, is this not just good teaching practice? As educators, we should always adapt and change to our group of students and know where they are at with their social emotional learning skills, their understandings of the academic content we are working through, and who they are as people. These findings can be leveraged by teachers and students alike to enhance instruction and learning in each school year. Every year, we are going to face different issues in education. Without a crystal ball, we cannot figure out what each school year is going to bring us and what our students are going to need from us. We can't be pushing a rope if we hope to encourage students to gain knowledge and needed skills. Instead, we want students to be pulling the rope, pulling themselves. We need students to develop intrinsic motivation so that they are prepared for the world beyond the classroom and their school. In an article published in the Washington Post, researchers found that there are 4 key elements to help create the conditions that promote healthy student development. If we have healthy students, we have students who are going to be able to adapt to the changing issues in the world. As educators and educational leaders, we need to ensure that we are doing these 4 things to help create these conditions. It is a never-ending story. There will always be emerging issues in education. It is our job to adapt to these challenges and changes and show up as good educators. The 4 key elements are to one, produce autonomy, where students feel like they have some control over what they are being taught and how they are learning. Two, to provide competence, where students feel like they are capable of successfully learning and completing assigned tasks. Three, is making education relatable, where students feel like the work they are being asked to do is bringing them into relationships with people they like and respect. And finally, number four, to provide relevance, where students feel that what they are studying is aligned with their interests and can clearly help them achieve their goals and dreams. As teachers, we are often bombarded with the flavor of the month or the most trendy strategy, program, lingo, or new buzzword. What we are suggesting is that our students really just need good teaching.